So recently I posted this video about Goo Mechs, and by recently I mean 3 months ago. And I haven't posted anything about Goo since then, but today I have something very special to show you guys. Oh wait, everyone's supposed to get on, but that's fine. We can do zip.
No, y'all go ahead. I'm just trying to cut everything down.
Oh,
You missed the zip!
Oh, I didn't realize
The
I
zip
didn't.
would go crazy.
And yes, you guys saw correctly. That was a Goo flying something. You can call it GOO F O, GOOGATTI, GOOING 747. There's a lot of things you guys can call it, but I think the most general name for it I will give is called Goo Ship. This is a combination of a lot of Goo techs into one, and it is very interesting. And you might be wondering, how did I get here? Well, about 3 days ago, I was thinking of ways to play ranked TA as an attacker. And one of the biggest issues when you're playing as an attacker on TA, you have to get from your spawn to one of the sites. And that can be very hard. Enemies can be posted up in places and just shoot you while you're making your way towards one of the sites. And I wanted to find a sort of solution to that. After I posted my Goo Mech video, a lot of people reached out to me in Discord DM. And they were telling me about this thing they found out, that you can actually lift up the cash out with sort of the same technology I had used for the Goo Mech. And at first I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. I tested it out and it works, yeah. And I found some ways to make it better, but it is just not very viable.
People are gonna think you're cheating, man.
This is real. This is gonna put my name on the map. For real. This was back in season 2. Cash out ranked was still a thing, and I was trying it in cash out ranked, and there are just not a lot of sites that this would work on. I was able to like somewhat move the objective, but like there's not a lot of time for you to set this up. Enemies could attack you while you're setting it up, and it takes a lot of time to just like position the goo in specific spaces so the cash out doesn't fall out of it. And I didn't think it was really worth a video because I like making stuff that's sort of viable and sort of competitive. If you're interested in that, I can also make a video about that. It is possible to move the cash out using a goo spaceship. Shout out to Slappy Chappy on Discord, Duke96, and Game Hunter. They gave me these ideas to sort of base it off of, and like these developments in Goo Tech has led me to this video about the Goo Ship. And yeah, I really appreciate them for reaching out to me and sharing ideas. Yeah, so I started working on this project 3 days ago, and the basic idea was make something fly and move that something to another place. The idea is that like, I can have all my teammates on the Goo Ship, and I am steering the Goo Ship as the Goo Gun Heavy. And like my first couple attempts were sort of weird-ish, I guess. Someone grabs the key. Wow, the key is heavy, isn't it? We're going. And then once we get to a high enough altitude, we can go for it. Oh man, the grab cube and the barricade. Maybe if I get higher, like, you can go way far, bro. That was sort of the first iteration of that spaceship that I was trying to make on stream 3 days ago. And as the stream kept going on, I was trying to make it better and better and better until I felt like it was doable and ranked. You can see here, like, I'm making adjustments, making sure that I can get it down consistently. And there's a lot of issues with the first version. Like, not enough cover. Enemies can just shoot you. There's no maneuverability. It's just like, okay, let's just go forward. And the way I was building it was super slow. There's just so many things that were wrong with the first version. And people were giving me suggestions. People were trying to help me make it better. So eventually we got to a sort of version that I was okay with playing unranked with. So that's what we did. All right. We're going. We're going.
No!
No!
It can work! It's working! Get on the zipline, boys! Oh!
Bro, imagine looking at that in game. Yeah. I swear we're gonna get so many clips if when we try this out in ranked, bro. We're gonna get so many clips. All right, ready? I'm launching.
Everyone, just stand on the tail. Stand away from EK. Yeah, you're good.
Oh, we got that motion.
This is
We got that
crazy
motion.
looking.
You can emote up here too.
This is
The key.
there goes the key.
Oh, I emoted. I forgot I can't emote the key.
The zip line's still active. I'm gonna try to get. No.
And playing these unranked matches, it made me realize that there's a lot of differences between trying this in the practice range in comparison to trying it in an actual map. And a lot of the times you are spawning in a open area or like a slanted area or like an area with like no space at all. So there was a lot of things I had to consider for my next versions. For example, in Skyway Stadium, you can spawn here and there's like the whole land is all slanted, so it wasn't really ideal for me to place anything because it would just like roll around, which is not very great for building stuff. So I had to build like an alternative platform that was at least somewhat flat to make it work. It did end up working out, but it definitely took a lot longer than I can do now.
We have lift off.
No, y'all go ahead.
Initiating thrusters. Nah, we're crashing.
We got this. You can still get this.
We got thermal fire. So for like 2 days, I was just trying out. Like I was stuck on this one variation for so long. I wasn't really making much progress on improving the spaceship. I was mainly just like clip farming, to be honest. Wait. This dude has no reaction at all. He just. What?
Wait, someone made a TikTok?
Someone made a TikTok watching me use the plane on the other team, the raging ping pong guy.
That's crazy.
And out of like the last 15 of my clips, they've all been about the Goo Ship. And I'm even seeing other streamers start using this tech, but I'm pretty sure they're not shouting me out. So, I mean, like, whatever, you know, but fine with them using it, but like, where's my credit, bro? Give me my money. Just trying to gauge the community's feedback and sort of just get people's reactions to what is happening. And this was probably like not even a very great Goo Ship I was creating in like most of these matches. On the sort of like the third day, I am sort of experimenting more, trying to improve the current version. And basically, I was experimenting with multi-direction. So right now, my Goo Ship can only really go in one direction because I'm only shooting the goo in one direction, so I can only go in one direction, which is forward. So in order to try and make it multi-direction, I had to create goo on all sides of me. So wherever direction I want to go, I just shoot my goo towards that side, and hopefully that would change that direction. But obviously, this isn't as simple as it seems because like when you're moving in midair, it's hard for you to calculate where to shoot because you can't just aim at the goo and expect the goo to go that direction. Because when you're moving in midair, your goo is going all over the place because, you know, gravity and stuff. I don't know. So you have to aim in like specific areas in order to get the goo in the specific spot in order to push the spaceship in that way. Multi-directional spaceship, guys. It's doable. We're not doing directional spaceship. Yo, it's doable, bro. It's doable. You added another variation. Our multiverse is expanding. I was experimenting in like all directions, but like really you only need the spaceship to go in sort of the forward direction. But if you want to make small adjustments, all you really need is some more goo in the front in order to push yourself in a slightly left or slightly right direction. And that's what I ended up starting to do. I also made new advancements in how I was creating the initial platform. Previously, I was using goo as sort of the bottom of the ship, and it would like roll around on uneven surfaces and stuff like that, which is horrible. So I created this new thing where like I can make the barricade be my flat surface if I just put goo in the middle of the barricade and make the barricade feet hit the ground so it's flat, which made it so I didn't have to create external platforms for every single spawn. This made it very easy to keep it consistent and make it so I can create things very quickly. There's this one video that also super helped a bunch. So someone saw this Goo Ship I was making and he posted a video in my Discord and I looked at it and it was a super fast way and efficient way to create the gravity cube pocket. And what I mean by that is like it's the area where you put the gravity cube in. And in a lot of these clips that I didn't really clip was like a lot of times when I failed, the gravity cube would come out of the pocket. I would actually accidentally push the gravity cube out of the pocket using goo. And what this guy did was actually fundamental in the latest version that I am currently using. So here are some clips of me using these improvements in ranked games.
The V1 prototype, or the first prototype.
MK1.
Like, you just, wow, I couldn't believe you just watching you shoot across the map like that. Honestly, I'm with it.
I'll
Especially on
probably
this
telling
map.
everybody
might
about it
push
too.
up.
Like,
They might
keep your
push
eyes
up.
up in the air for the
Yeah,
shit.
keep your eyes up. They're gonna start shooting us down.
Yeah. Alright,
Oh,
less
shit.
likely to get shot, but let's see.
Yeah, now we got some defense.
Yeah, now we got more
The
cover.
tree might be in the way, but
Yeah, we
let's
got
see.
2.5 minutes. We can start like fortifying this thing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I love it.
Bro, this is.
On route. Drop.
Alright. Let's go, let's go.
I'm dead! I'm not dead.
Wait,
I'm good.
did you land on a vent?
No, I gooed myself.
Oh my god, you goo tech.
So we'll hit the shed. You gonna move, bro? That might be bad, but
All aboard.
All aboard.
oops. I shot the key.
We're a eater.
Reversing gravity.
Alright, we're off. And this ass, bro. Shit.
Oh, we're moving. We're
We
moving.
are moving. They try to thermal.
Oh,
We got
rocket.
anti-air defenses. Anti-air.
That would
Yes,
be crazy.
sir.
Ew. What's this?
We just gotta get inside each other. That's all. That's it.
It will fit.
Assistance required over here.
Oh,
We're
I thought we
being
lost.
sprayed at.
Yeah, this is on B.
Oh, the switch up! The switch up!
The switch up! The
Jump.
switch up!
Wait.
Yo, that's actually crazy. That's actually crazy though.
Darmy. Two on me.
Oh, bro, fuck off. Directly
Player
above.
light, player light,
Top
player
level.
light. I'm finding.
Okay.
We're planting.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Play point.
I'm playing above. Oh, I'm above. Killed him.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, dude. 3v1, 3v1.
Only one.
Let's go.
Nice! Let's go!
Dude, with
Let's go!
switch up, goo.
The switch up was crazy!
Wait. Put that in the video. That
With
shit
the
was
switch
fire.
up, goo.
The
was
switch up was
fire.
crazy. Wait, he literally says, settle down, that was mid? What?
Plus 1.1k?
Yeah.
Bro, and it was moving so slow too. They were probably like calling it out. They were like, "Get over here,
Get
get
over
over
here."
here, this way." And then it was switch.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
That was actually cool.
That was funny as fuck.
This is the only way to make TA fun, bro.
Hashi said crazy strat, GG. GG's definitely not an exploit. So that basically brings us to the present in terms of iterations or versions. Except before I started making this video, I actually made another change, and it's a pretty big one. So one of the main weaknesses of the Goo Ship is the slow ascent it has to make before you start boosting. The thing I changed was basically I made a goo overhang that instead of shooting the goo straight forward, you shoot the goo above. That way you're going forward and you're going up at the same time. So you're going up quicker and you're going forward quicker. I think it's a good improvement. Reduces the amount of time you have to wait while going up, and it also reduces the amount of time the enemy can see you. This is probably one of the most efficient versions that we have. So how do we build this? I want to go through how to build it very thoroughly and explain some of the design choices that I've made. I explained the history. I can show you. I told you what changes we made and stuff like that. But if you really want to dig right into it, you should probably watch this part of the video. A lot of this also derives from my Goo guide video, so if you haven't watched that, you should probably watch that. It's really useful, especially if you want to know everything about Goo. It's a little bit outdated though, because they changed up some of the Goo stuff, like Goo barrels and stuff like that, but that should be alright. A lot of it is still the same. Alright, so there's two basic versions of the Goo Ship that you can do, but it really depends on the situation on what you want to use them. So there's a mini version and there's a normal version. I'll do the normal version first. So we place the Goo blob down, and then we place the barricade down. Make sure the barricade is sort of straight, like this. It doesn't have to be perfect, but as long as the bottom half is sort of parallel to the ground, it should be okay. So next thing we do, we have 19 bullets. You want to keep gooing until you hit 15, or until you hit 5. Until you hit 5. 5 bullets left. And basically what this will do is it will break the initial Goo blob at the bottom. Don't ask me why. It's part of the new update, or one of the new updates, and then I'm pretty sure it's to prevent infinite Goo chains. And the mini version is different because you do the same thing, but if you don't have enough room or something, you would only go to like 10 bullets left, and this is sort of a smaller version that you can fit in most everywhere. But the thing is, you have to break the Goo blob yourself, or have your teammate break the Goo blob for you. So now you have this Goo strand, which will serve as sort of the body of your ship. People will stand on this and be transported. And the next step is basically creating a Goo line like this, basically to get some height on it. And then you create another barricade, and you want to make sure this barricade is angled a little bit towards you, sort of like this. This way, the gravity cube cannot get on the barricade. Because if the gravity cube is on the barricade, your ship will not fly. The cube has to be on Goo. I don't know why it broke, but... So next thing you want to do is create the pocket. So you shoot 2 Goo in each of the corner of the barricade, and this creates a little spot for your cube to go in. After that, you're going to want to create the wings. And basically what the wings do is they protect you, and they also create a spot for you to shoot to navigate. So the wings don't have to be super long. They just have to extend out a little bit to protect your teammates. Like your teammates could be standing here, they could get protected. But obviously you do not want your teammates to be too close to you. So you want to create it long enough so people have some space away from you. And this is what it would probably look like with 4 wings. You can't get shot from the bottom really, and you can't get shot from the side really. And these top ones are mainly for navigating. So if you want to switch direction, you would aim at where you want to go and then shoot here to go that direction. And the reason why we're using 2 barricades for the ship is because it is possible to get the first barricade to act as both the platform and the barricade that's being lifted up, but it's really much more consistent if you use 2 barricades, because the gravity cube can move a little bit and might not affect the first barricade, and there's not really a good way to do the pocket strat with the first barricade, because it has to serve as also the platform. So doing 2 barricades is a lot more consistent, because you can have this barricade being the one that's lifting things up. The iteration I came up with today is not really required to make it, but basically if you wanted to make an overhang to go up faster, you would make this sort of pillar thing, maybe 4 Goo blocks tall, or just enough to cover your head. So you would want it to be like something like this, and then you make sure when you look straight up, you are able to shoot it. And that's mainly the idea, but obviously you don't want to make it too close to the front because you don't want to be inside the gravitational pull, which is not very useful. So here I'm making the pocket, making the wings, and obviously you do not need to use the overhang because you will go up regardless. It just depends on how fast, but if we're going up, you look straight up and then you do it once and it makes you go way quicker, and then you start moving forward. And you get a lot more height that way, very quickly. And that's mainly more of a competitive thing. If you're just doing this casually, you don't really need the overhang because it's a little bit complicated. But basically, you want to make sure that you hit 1 Goo at the top and make sure it pushes you. If you start spamming it, it might glitch. The ship might glitch out and cause a lot of problems for you. So you might be wondering, how is this all working? Well, Gravity Cube lifts up objects that are detached from buildings and such like that. And Goo does not get lifted up if it's attached to the ground or anything, but Goo can be attached to barricades. So that is how the Goo is able to float with the barricade using the gravity cube. Another question you might be asking is, how big can I make the ship? And basically, the short answer is pretty big. As we can see here, I'm shooting a Goo chain, and this is 15 pieces of Goo. If I shoot one more, it breaks. So basically, the short answer is basically 15 goo blocks long. But the long answer is it can be actually a lot bigger than that. So you can have 15 going this way, but you can also have 15 coming this way. So it just really depends on where you start the goo and stuff like that. You need to make sure the goo is coming from near the beginning to ensure that you can get the most gooage. How does the ship move forward? Well, there's a thing called goo propulsion, and I've shown this in my videos before, where if you goo something and you're close to it, and it interacts with you, and you keep gooing it, it will push the object / goo chain towards the side that you're shooting it. And yeah, this is how the ship is moving. And since the ship is detached from the ground and such, it will move in the direction that you shoot it. As we're going up, and I do the same thing, we will move forward because of the same goo propulsion. So what are some weaknesses to the Goo Ship? Well, first weakness is that this is not meant to travel short distances. This is meant to be whole map rotations, very long distances. The reason why you can't really use it for short distances is because like you might as well just use a zip line or a jump pad, and the time it takes to build it will probably be equal to how much time it takes you to get there just by walking. So I would recommend using this for long range travel. It's definitely quicker if you use this to travel across the whole map. And the main reason you would use the Goo Ship also is to gain high ground. Not a lot of things can get you up very high very quickly. The Goo Ship can go up very quickly, move across the map very quickly, and get you to the spot you need very quickly, and ambush enemies very quickly. This is the main benefit of the Goo Ship. What can the Goo Ship take? So let's shoot an RPG at the Goo Ship straight on. The Goo Ship can take about 2 RPGs. And this is because Goo has 300 HP. So then the RPG only does 140 supposedly. Well, RPG is supposed to do 140, but I don't know. It only takes 2 RPGs to break Goo. However, if you shoot an RPG on the barricade, it's supposed to break the barricade, but in that instance it didn't really do that. Maybe because the goo was reinforcing it, but who knows. But RPGs usually are able to break barricades in one shot, but it also depends on what part of the barricade is broken. Because you can break half of a barricade with an RPG, and the goo could stay on there, which doesn't really affect the ship as much. But hitting an RPG can also change the momentum of the ship, so you have to be aware of that. See, if we shoot an RPG at a barricade, it usually breaks all of it. The biggest counter to the Goo Ship would probably be the thermobore. And the reason why I say the thermobore might be the biggest counter to the ship is because if any part of the thermobore hits the Goo Ship, it will make it catch on fire, making your ship useless within 10 or 5 seconds. So, but by the time the thermobore hits the ship, I feel like it's very likely that you would have already dropped out of the ship to your destination. And considering the ship will be moving at like 20 meters per second, or even faster than that maybe, it would be hard to accurately aim the thermobore as it's moving. But it definitely is possible. So there's some other things too that you can do with the Goo Ship in combination with other gadgets and stuff. You can put a jump pad on the Goo Ship. You can put a zip line on during takeoff, and the zip line will go as far as the ship goes as long as there is a line of sight. Goo does not block the line of sight of the zip line, but buildings will. So if the line interacts with a building or goes through a building, the zip line will break. There's a lot of things you can do with this, and hopefully I will inspire some people to find out those things, maybe. So that basically covers everything I want to talk about regarding the Goo Ship. Hopefully people don't think that I'm stealing this tech from someone else, because I literally started doing this 3 days ago. I literally made this up in my brain 3 days ago, bro. But yeah, if you see anyone else doing this, just know probably came from me. If you want to support me in other ways, like, comment, subscribe. If you want to help me financially, you can become a member on YouTube, or you can subscribe to me on Twitch, or you can donate to me directly through Ko-Fi, which is very much appreciated. I'm trying to get another PC so I can do a stream PC and a gaming PC in order to get a better stream quality. But yeah, I would appreciate it. Here's a sneak peek to the next video I'm planning to release about the Goo Ship. I ended up using the Goo Ship in a tournament I played like yesterday, so hopefully I get that out pretty soon. But yeah,
Oh my god, they're doing it. He's steering it. Dude, these are absolute madmen. They're just coming in. Oh my god, what? No way, he gets the RPG off. That's actually insane.
Holding stairs. Maybe cut noise. To
What is
see-
this?
oh,
What is
they're-
this? What is
they're on
this?
that, They're in that. They're in that. They're dropping on it. I need heals. Dude, I fucking came in a space.
That's awesome. That was awesome. What was that?
Just for the style point.
Because
Holy
of,
fuck.
dude, that is amazing.
Working on trying to make it steerable also. But this is like the best, I guess,
I'm gonna
fast.
finish Elden Ring DLC by the time you guys are done.
Like,
I guess I'm just gonna watch the match while we wait.
Redirect. Go back, go back.
Contestant,
Oh.
the arena's tough, but so are you. Remember, every challenge
I died?
is an opportunity